Hello everybody, my name is Torchic and welcome to a different kind of video. So this video is a wants to battle video. So for me it would be Torchic wants to battle. If you don't know what a wants to battle video is, it is a video where you kind of like talk, you get tagged by someone else to do this. I can't remember who the original person was. I'll probably flash it up on screen now, but if I can find it. But basically, I got tagged by SSB Lucario. Go check him out. He's a great dude. Produces really good content. He's got verses going on and he streams regularly. He's just got such a good vibe about him. So yeah, go check out SSB Lucario. He tagged me to do this. So I just give him back a bit of the favour. But yeah, so what I do in this video is I go through and answer some questions. However, I was unsure of what to put in the background because the camera on my laptop doesn't work and I didn't really know what to do. So I decided, it's a wants to battle video. Usually people will assume that there's fighting in this video. So why not just have some showdown in the background? So yeah, I'm just going to have showdown in the background whilst I go through all of these questions. So question number 1 will flash on the screen now, which is, why did you choose your YouTube name? So, YouTube name, Blazing Torchic. Oh my word, that's a Mewtwo. I'll try not to commentate too much on the showdown, but if like a shiny appears, then I will. So why did I choose my YouTube name? Well, originally my YouTube name was actually going to be something completely different. So my YouTube name was either going to be JSE Prodigy or Potato Lord. Now, this was before I discovered like Pokemon and all of that. And well, I didn't discover Pokemon, but took a real interest in Pokemon. Because I first started really enjoying playing Pokemon when I started watching United Gamer and Original 151's Cage Lock. So I came up with the name Blazing Torchic because Torchic is my favorite starter Pokemon of all time. Like, nothing is going to beat him. He is so great. Oh my word, I might actually lose already. But it's just Torchic. I love him so much. I like the design. He's not a bad Pokemon in any shape, way, or form. And because Torchic is a fire type, I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry if I keep getting interrupted by Showdown. I should probably have recorded this and then recorded audio over. But back to this. Torchic is a fire type, so I was like, I should probably find like a fire type adjective to kind of describe it a bit. And that's where blazing came into it. So yeah, it's actually quite short, the reason for my YouTube name. Just favorite Pokemon and an adjective, really. So, the next question is, what is your favorite Pokemon game? My favorite Pokemon game? Pokemon Ruby. Now, some people might question as to why it's Ruby and not something else, like, say, Sapphire. No, not Emerald, because Emerald is the remake. I like Emerald. Don't get me wrong. I do like Emerald. However, it can become really difficult to play Emerald. Like, it's got the extra stuff with the match call. That is a feature that I don't like. I don't really understand what it does. You have to do a lot more. But overall, Generation 3 is my favorite generation of Pokemon. And Pokemon Ruby is my favorite Pokemon game. Not to say I don't like other ones. Like, I really do like the Galar region. I think it's such a great take on Pokemon. Like, it works. Like, some of the Pokemon games that I've played, just like, yeah, I enjoy it, but there could be improvements. Like, there can always be improvements to a game. Don't get me wrong, but oh, they have 3D models now. Interesting. But I just like Generation 3. It was the first game I played, and it does feel like home to me when I play it. So that may play into it quite a bit. But Generation 3, I do like the Fire Red Leaf Green remakes, and I do actually know my way through them a lot better than I know my way through Gen 3. I think the game I know best is Fire Red and Leaf Green. The game I enjoy the most, 100% gotta be Hoenn and that entire generation. So, next question is, what is your favorite evil team? Oh, I don't really know that many evil teams. What would my favorite be? Because, I mean, the only evil teams I've played in Pokemon would be Team Rocket. I haven't really fully experienced Team Galactic. Team Magma, Team Aqua. I know Rainbow Rocket exists, but I'm not 100% sure on what on earth Rainbow Rocket is. Team Yell. It's not really an evil team as such. But, I think. You know what? I'm going to separate this into two. Which evil team do I like the most, and which evil team do I sympathize with the most? So the one I understand their cause. Oh my word, I just got bodied. So the team I enjoy the most is probably Team Yell. Like, some people are like, oh, it's not a proper evil team. They don't do stuff like other evil teams. But they never outright say it's an evil team. They're just overly supportive. And I really enjoy the dynamic of them. I'm also not going to include the Pokemon Masters evil team, because that one just makes no sense. And yes, Pokemon Masters is a good game. I like it. Opinion out the way. Team Yell, I just like the design. I like how there's. Don't get me wrong. I don't think Galarian Zigzagoon was designed after Team Yell, but you know, you can see why some people might think that the shiny looks kind of like Team Yell and how the normal kind of looks like Team Yell, and how Galarian Zigzagoon is always around Team Yell. But I just really like Team Yell. Like, I don't know what it is about them. They just make sense to me. How it kind of shows how integrated the gym challenge is into the Galar like culture in a whole. Because with football, which is a big thing in Britain, like people go crazy over football. Not to say that it doesn't happen around the world, but people do genuinely just go crazy over football. And I can understand why they would. Like, you hate to lose and you want your team to win. Like, it makes perfect sense. But Team Yell just kind of it reinforces, because in I'm really like fuzzy headed because I've got nothing written down. I'm literally just reading the question and making an answer of it. And I'm not used to that, but in previous Pokemon games before Galar, the gym challenge didn't feel as integrated. Like, I'm gonna take the words of someone else. It felt like it was just, oh, there's a gym here. Huh, cool. Let's go take it on. But with this, the gym challenge feels like a part of Galar. And that's probably what they were going for in this. And it just makes sense. Like, it's the perfect region. It's based on Britain. Britain has such a sport culture, I believe. Like, we have rugby, which people go crazy for, football, which people go crazy for, tennis, surprisingly. Some people might be surprised at that. People in Britain, they like tennis. And we've got Andy Murray. That's pretty much the only one I know. Tim Henman's another sports boy. But I get off topic far too easily when I don't have a written thing down. But yeah, Team Yell just shows it kind of makes Galar more Britain. It makes the gym challenge more like a part of the culture. And I think that is unlucky him. And I think that's what. Oh my word, that's annoying. And I think that's what makes Team Yell appeal to me the most. I'm British. I love Britain. Not gonna lie, I was a bit like, why'd you do this when Brexit happened? But you get on with things, and things happen. But I'm British. I understand Britain culture more than some other people do. In Team Yell, it feels like it's an actual sports fan base. And Pokemon battling is a sport, and Team Yell captures the essence of a team, captures the essence of fans of a sport. Yes, they do go overboard and they do harass people, which you really should not do. But it does just take the essence of a sport, of sporting fans, and just puts it into Galar and makes it feel like Pokemon Battles in the Gym Challenge is a part of Galar. And it's I have to really credit Game Freak on that. That was such a good choice and it works so well. Like I really, really do like Team Yell. The team I most sympathize with, however, I think Team Rocket is just more of a pure evil organization want to take over the world, which is what SSB Lucario said. I think the team I most sympathize with, in terms of I agree with what they're saying, like, yeah, it makes sense, is a combination of both Team Magma and Team Aqua. Now, this is because what they're doing, they're driven by a cause. Now, there might be other teams that also do this, but this is the one I know with. It's the one I know the best. I don't really know other evil teams. But yeah, Team Magma and Team Aqua, what they're doing is purely for the development of the world that they believe in. Yes, it may not be a world that other people agree in, but what they do is to further society is they believe is the best way to go forward. Now, Team Magma want to cause a huge eruption to expand landmass to create more Earth habitats for Pokemon, whereas Team Aqua wants to flood the entire Earth to create more habitat for Pokemon, for water Pokemon. And I can see where they're coming from. Like they want to have an increased diversity in Pokemon. They want to have more room for Pokemon to thrive, to grow. Now, Team Aqua is a more destructive one because by flooding, you'll have more towns like the town that doesn't really do much in Hoenn. It's just there, and it's the one where you got the log things that you cross. Oh no. But I can understand where both the teams are coming from. I do sympathize more with Magma than Aqua because Aqua is a lot more destructive. With Magma, it does allow more expansion for human development and also Pokemon development. And there are a lot more Pokemon on land than there are on sea. However, I do believe that the way they're going about it is wrong. I sympathize a lot with their cause. They're just doing what they want to do to what they believe will further Pokemon and society as a whole in their views. Yeah, maybe their views, but it's still they want to do it for the benefit of the many. And there is a similar argument that can be made with a dictator. I'm not going to bring up the name, where it's just like, yeah, he was doing that for what he believed in, but it is difficult to put a proper. It's difficult for me to say what I'm thinking. I just completely lost track of what I was saying. But yeah, I do sympathize with their causes greatly. And I do believe what they're doing is right in the intent, but the action is not. It's a simple case of does the end justify the means? In this case, no, it does not. The end does not justify the means. It's a noble cause. Don't get me wrong. It is a very noble cause what they want to do. But the end does not justify the means, and the way they're going about it is wrong. So, that was actually a long time spent on a single question. But I like going in depth about what I think about Pokemon. Okay, so question 4. What should viewers expect from you this year? Oh boy. Do I have an announcement for you? So, let me just pull up my calendar to make sure I've got this right. In 2 weeks' time, February the 21st, there will be, and let me just emphasize this, there will be a sleep lock. And you're probably thinking, what sleep lock is it going to be? Pokemon Omega Ruby Sleep Lock. I am so excited for this. And my fingers are quadruple, quintuple crossed for everything to go right. Because I'm not actually going to be streaming here unless things do change. Unless things change, I am going to be streaming in a completely different place. I'm not 100% sure on the actual ability of it to stream. Hopefully everything will go well. But yeah, February 21st, there will be, hopefully, there is a very high chance it will happen. There will be a sleep lock of Pokemon Omega Ruby. It will be randomized. It's not just going to be a normal sleep lock. It will be randomized. Well, randomized sleep locks are normal sleep locks, but it's not just going to be, we're going to play through the game in one stream. That would take far too long. Trust me. But yeah, I cannot wait for the sleep lock. Also, in other terms, the Supreme Fire Red series, which I said was going to happen last Saturday, but then I remembered after I recorded that cage lock was going up on my channel. Oh boy. Oh, that's a shame. The Supreme Fire Red series, I'm actually struggling to get the, I'm struggling to figure out how to ROM hack. I did it once, like 2 years ago, and I've completely forgotten how to do it since. But you can expect the Supreme Fire Red series to happen within the next at least 2 weeks minimum. I want to get it started by then. I do need to get all the layouts and stuff sorted. But yeah, you can expect that before the end of the month. So this is actually going to be quite a packed month for content. What else to expect? I do have something in the works. It's not guaranteed, and it may not happen, but there is something in the works. And as a little hint towards it, all I would say is, gotta go fast. But it's not confirmed, it's not guaranteed, it's just a possibility that it could happen. So yeah, apart from that, you can just expect general upgrades in, like, the quality of content. The reason I didn't do an intro moment for episode 1 of the Soul Silver thing was because I feel like I needed to address this as well, because some people might have been confused why I started doing intro moments and then stopped doing them for the first episode. I just wanted to let the intro roll. I feel like if I put an intro moment in there, it would kind of like ruin the flow of the episode. Like, it'd bring up a bit of the episode and then we'll just have the intro roll. I just wanted to go from start to finish, very few edits here and there. Although next episode is already recorded, and let me tell you, it's a good one. And we do take on the gym. I won't say what happens, but we do take on the gym. So, next question. Ooh, this is a good one. Why did you start your channel? Okay, so this is quite a personal question. And I'm completely fine with answering personal questions like this. Something too personal, then maybe not, but this question I'm completely fine with answering. And this is going to be a long one, so you might as well sit back, take a seat, bring out a drink, and get ready, because I may blabber on for a while. So, how do I start this? Oh. From a young age, I have loved YouTube. Like, straight up. YouTube has been such a source of enjoyment for me from a very, very young age. I remember when I was young, like in year 6 at school, and I would be sitting on my bed at like 9 o'clock at night because I had to go to bed at like 7, and I snuck my iPod 4th generation. Yes, that is how long ago I was watching YouTube. I sneak my iPod 4th generation into my room, try and get it past me parents, and just the amount of content on YouTube back then, people weren't going for the money as much, and it was a lot more wholesome. People put, not to say people don't put effort in, but when I was younger, I aspired, I looked up to so many content creators. And a major one for me, this may shock a few people, a major one for me was Skyder's Minecraft. I loved him as a kid. He was just so unique. He had such a nice aesthetic about him. The videos he did, Epic Jump Map Butter Edition, is a series that will stick with me till the day I die. I remember that series. I loved that series. Minecraft was one of my favorite things to watch on YouTube. Yes, this is going to be a long-winded answer indeed. I'm starting with Minecraft. Oh, that's ironic. But yeah, damn, I lost. Minecraft was what I started watching YouTube with, and I just loved it. YouTube was so, not to say YouTube's bad now, but I just enjoyed it so much. Like, there was so much you could watch. People were just pumping out content on a regular basis, being like, just, they put so much effort in when they were smaller, when the channels were a lot smaller than they are now. And now that I'm making my own content, I can really appreciate it. Like, I can appreciate the effort they put in now. And thinking back to when I was younger, watching Minecraft and stuff, now that I'm creating content, I can appreciate the amount of effort, the amount of stress they must have gone through to produce that kind of content. Like, we have good things now that help make things so much faster that they didn't have back then, but they were still producing such good high quality content. It was it was so admirable to me as when I was younger. Like, I would just love it so much. Like, the main content that I watched was, ooh, who was it? It was Sunday, Skyder's Minecraft. Jacksepticeye was a big one, although he came in a bit later. But loved con I just loved YouTube in general. And it was I just really, really enjoyed it. I enjoyed watching it. I enjoyed like leaving. I enjoyed putting feedback on. Like, it may seem weird, but I actually enjoyed leaving feedback on the content. It just like I felt like I actually had a part in what they were doing, like me feeding back to them. And I remember this really specifically. I wasn't a big YouTuber. I say I remember this specifically. I can't remember the exact name of the YouTube channel, but I was watching this small content creator, and I left a comment. I was really young. I was really impressionable. I left a comment, and they responded, and that to me just made me so happy when, even if it was a small content creator, when someone responded to my comment, I was just so happy. Like, it's difficult to explain, but I was over the moon when it happened. I was it's such a difficult thing to explain. I was ridiculously overjoyed, and like nothing could come close to what I felt back then when they responded. Like, it was such a rush of adrenaline. It was so happy. Actually, there is one thing that came close and actually surpassed it, but even the small content creators, like, this is a message to small content creators. Like, people like it when you respond. Like, even if it's criticism, I always, like, if I do blow up, and I'm saying if I do blow up, I know I probably won't be able to respond to every single comment. Like, it's impossible to always respond to every comment, and I can appreciate that. But when it's a small YouTuber and you have the capability of responding to every comment, please try to, because you don't know what that person's reaction may be. They may just be over the moon at it. Because when someone responded to my comment, I was over the moon. I was just, I loved every second of it. It was just amazing. I wanted it to happen again and again and again. I know it probably just wouldn't. But when that one person responded to my comment, I'm so sorry I forgot the name of you. When that one person responded to my comment, I just felt so happy that someone had actually recognized my feedback. They took it on board and they responded to it. And then this is, I swear I'm going to get to the part where I start playing Pokemon. I swear. And I probably just repeated myself constantly for the past 5 minutes, but yeah, if you're a smaller content creator who has the ability to respond to every single comment, please, please do. Because you don't know whose day you're going to make. And you don't know who's going to appreciate it. And I just urge that you do respond. You do interact with your viewers. Because this is, when you're a small YouTuber, this is the rare time you have to really interact with the viewers that you have. Because when you're a huge YouTuber, if you become a huge YouTuber, I want to be really positive. So I'm going to say when. If and when you become a huge YouTuber, smaller content creators like myself, it'll become so much more difficult to keep up with everyone. Oh my word! I just remembered something that's going to happen. I'm excited for one thing after this. But yeah, this is the rare occasion before you get big to really interact with your viewers. It's something that big YouTubers can't really have. And it's one of the downsides of being such a big YouTuber. You can't get as connected, but you can get really connected with your audience. But when you're a smaller YouTuber, you really appreciate the viewers that watch your content. Like, when you see the same people rocking up, like when It's Will was rocking up to all my live streams, I was just overjoyed. Just like, there's a person who's consistently watching my content and enjoys it. And that's a great feeling that you can have. And it's something you kind of lose when you're a bigger YouTuber. Because at that point, it's just a given that there's going to be people consistently watching your content. I mean, that's how you have a career. You have 4,000 hours of watch time a year at minimum. So obviously, there's going to be people consistently watching your content. But when you're smaller and you see the people consistently watching your content, it means so much. And I wouldn't have known it if I hadn't started. And I'm so grateful that I started because I wouldn't have known how good it feels to have people consistently watch your content over and over again. But I have digressed far too much. I'm half an hour into this, and I still have another question to go, although that one could be cleared over quite easily. But the reason I started my channel, I already had an underlying love of YouTube. Like, I have seen that there is a lot of controversy around YouTube, how, like, it's not managed well. Like, there are so many improvements that could be made to YouTube's managing and stuff, and that can be said about most things. Nothing is perfect. But when I started my channel, the reason I started my channel, had an underlying love of YouTube. Like, I had always wanted to be a content creator when I was younger. Like, and I originally did want to start off by playing Minecraft on this. But then, I don't know how this happened, and I don't know why they turned up in my recommended, but I do not argue with it. One day, I was home ill because I was ill. I was just ill. I'd thrown up, wasn't having the best day, and we have a huge TV in our living room. I was home alone, just going through YouTube on my account, and then I look and recommended. Like, I'd already known about Pokemon at the time. I'd somewhat known about Nuzlocke, the person who originally. The first person I saw do a Nuzlocke, it wasn't randomized, but it was the Dragon Hat. He did a Fire Red Nuzlocke. I don't know if he finished it or not. With Ross and Mythsan, people who I'd already watched, so that caught my attention. I was like, oh, Nuzlocks are cool, I guess. And I did one, and I had a lot of fun. It wasn't randomized because I didn't know about randomizers then. That's mad. In 2018, I didn't know about randomizers until like September, October time. That's mad. But still, I do digress a lot. But I just gone through recommended, and then I just see a video. Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green, randomized cage lock, episode 0. And then I think did both of them post it? I can't remember. I think the first one I watched was United Gamer. That just turned up on my recommended out of completely nowhere. I hadn't really watched much Pokemon content at all. I knew of Pokemon. I had played Pokemon, obviously. But I never really was that much into it. I enjoyed it. It was fun, but I didn't play it as much as I do now. And when this turned up, I was really intrigued because I was like, what is a cage lock? So I watched the video, and that was the best decision I have ever made in my life, watching that video. Because that video, the charisma, the energy, just the overall enjoyment that they seemed to put out when they were making content, it was just so endearing and so admirable. Like, when I first watched it, I was like, oh my word, they're enjoying Pokemon this much? Just like, and I'm enjoying it as well. It just really threw me for a loop how people could play Pokemon. Like, they weren't even playing Pokemon. They were just chatting and having an absolute awesome time. And I was just like, oh, wow. Huh, people can really enjoy this. And, of course, I went on to watch the entire series as it kept on going out. And as they kept uploading videos, I just kept watching and just enjoying it so much. And after I finished the series, I was like, you know what? I've always considered starting a YouTube channel. I've always wanted to do something, but I don't have the ability to do stuff like Minecraft because I only had an IMO. Like, I don't know exactly what it is, but it's a phone smaller than the palm of my hand. Or smaller than my hand. It's actually a bit bigger than the palm of my hand. But it's a phone smaller than my hand. This was all I had to start with when I started. Not to make people feel bad for me, but this was all I had to start. What I'm saying here is, it doesn't matter what you have. If you have something, you can start. I have not been Dynamaxing in these battles, have I? Whoops. But yeah, I started with pretty much the lowest you're going to get. And it's just... Okay, this isn't really why I started. Like, what I started with isn't why I started it, is it? I really digress from the question. But, jeez, this is going to be a 40-minute video at this point. I was not planning on that. But I'd always considered starting a YouTube channel. I'd watch this, and I was like, oh, that's cool. And I'd heard of emulators before. I'd heard of Game Boy emulators. I'd actually played an emulator on a better phone than this. I did have a better phone previous to this, but I broke it, unfortunately. And I was just like, this should be able to run it, right? So I downloaded the emulator, and then I realized, oh, how am I going to randomize? And that's when genius thought struck me. Just randomize it, and then email it to my phone, download it, and it worked. And I was so happy that it worked. Focus on the battle a tiny bit here. But watching the cage lock, like, I didn't start recording then. The first video I uploaded, I actually gonna get up a video that I'm gonna bring up later. The first video I recorded 3 videos that day, I'm pretty sure. And I enjoyed every second of it. Like, I just had so much fun recording the start of the Fire Red series. And when I lost the first time, I was like, oh crap. I sprinted downstairs, randomized another ROM. And yeah, but once I get the video up, because I need to remember whether this was before or after I had started. But yeah, it was that really got me into YouTube. I think I found it. No, not yet. I need to find a specific episode. But yeah, it was that really got me. Like, United Gamer. This was night. Okay, I'm gonna bring up a point after I finish what I was doing. It was United Gamer and Original 151's Cage Lock that really inspired me to start making content. And as you guys are well aware, the 1st of November 2018 was the day I uploaded my first ever YouTube video. And when that went up, I was so happy. I couldn't have been happier. Like, I just had so much enjoyment when doing that video. When it uploaded, and when I saw someone watched it, I was just so happy. Like, when I realized I'd made something and someone had watched it, and that this was the start of what could be a career for me. And from when I was younger, watching the people do their content and then realizing that, wow, this could be the start of that. It felt weird. Just that the people I'd watched when I was younger, the people I aspired to be. Like, usually when you look up to someone, like, you don't 100% expect, like, there's always that doubt, like, oh, that probably won't happen. But when that first person watched my video, and when it clicked with me that the people I'd watched when I was younger, I could become like that, it just hit a whole different level. Like, it felt so surreal that this could be the start of a career, of what I had been dreaming of ever since I was a kid. Obviously, I had other dreams, like go to space is the usual one. I did have that one, although I did eventually find out that rockets can explode when they launch, and got slightly scared at the fact of going in a rocket that could explode. I was a big fan of rugby. I say was, I am. But when I was younger, I made a lot more of an active effort to play rugby. I was in a rugby club, had loads of fun. But I did have other dreams other than YouTube. I every other dream I had of what I wanted to be, I felt was a lot more achievable than YouTube. Because when I was younger, I looked up to YouTubers like they were some of the most famous people. And something that probably put me in the mindset was that I had gone to rugby matches, I had shook hands with the players, and that felt real to me. Like it felt like that was so achievable because I'd been there, I'd seen it in person, I'd shook hands with the people who did it, and that just made it seem so much more achievable. And dreaming of being a YouTuber, like it wasn't really that big of a dream. Well, it wasn't really that look. Not many people really wanted to be it back then because it's just like, oh yeah, people make the content and people like it would be cool to be that, but is it really that achievable? Like you look at people like Jacksepticeye. Yes, he did make his own content. He got shouted at by PewDiePie and that blew him up. I'm not saying that is the only reason. I have so much respect for Jacksepticeye. I remember having to watch his Turbo Dismount videos sideways at like 1 o'clock in the morning because that was the only way I could charge my iPod on the TV stand. I remember watching his Turbo Dismount videos sideways, and then once it was charged up enough, I would get off the bed and then watch. But being a YouTuber when I was younger didn't seem that achievable. And up until the point where when someone watched my video, it still didn't seem that achievable. Like, yeah, I knew there's small content creators. Like, where there's famous people, there's always going to be people who do the same thing but are not as famous because they didn't get as lucky. And I'm sure the big content creators can accredit some of their success to luck. Like, a lot of stuff does come off luck. Like, in history, Battle of Hastings, look. Holy crap, am I going to a 50-minute video at this point? I've really taken the question of why did you start your channel and just ran with it. I did say get a seat and I did say get your drink ready because it's going to be a long one. Oh, I Dynamax. Whoopsie. But yeah, becoming a big content creator did not seem anywhere near as achievable as being a famous rugby player or being a famous footballer. Because I do have quite an interest in being a goalkeeper. I think it's really cool. Or becoming an astronaut. Although becoming an astronaut is ridiculously difficult. I have a huge respect for people who are astronauts. They take so many risks. They have gone through so much training. Huge respect for astronauts. I have huge respect for loads of like people in dangerous things, but becoming a big YouTuber didn't seem all achievable. And I've reiterated this point to death. The first person who watched my video, I don't know who you are, but thank you so much. Because you did that, because you watched my first video, I I felt such a good positive array of emotions that I really needed at that time. Not to say I was in a bad place, but I wasn't having the best year. I'm just gonna put it like that. I wasn't having the best year. The stress of looming GCSEs, having to do a GCSE in 2019, was really looming above me, and it just doing YouTube really distracted me from that. Not to say that you should distract yourselves from doing your GCSEs. You shouldn't. You should put a lot more effort into GCSEs than than doing YouTube. Not to say don't do YouTube, but put a lot more effort into your GCSEs and probably just make less, same quality, but less content for YouTube around that time. Like, I know Kage, he was creating content when he was doing his GCSEs, but he just, like, took a break from YouTube. I'm probably not going to do that because I just love creating content so much for you guys. It's so great. But, okay, I'm finally going to move on to the point. But yeah, thank you, that one person, the first person to watch my video. So greatly appreciated. You motivated me for something. You motivated me t- to continue to do something that at first I didn't believe was possible. Like, yes, I'm only at, let me get the actual number. Yeah, I'm only at 111 subscribers. But I love and appreciate every single subscriber. Like, it's just so nice to know that there's people who are watching. And when you have subscriber bursts where you just sharply go up in subscribers, it's like best stream I've had so far was the ending to the 50%. I had 12 viewers. I'd never had 12 viewers before. And I was shaking. I didn't know what to do. And it's just those feelings. I wouldn't have had them if it weren't for United Gamer and Original 151's content. And I have huge respect for them. I'm still watching them now. And they're producing better content than they were when I started. I said started really weird. Than when I started, and it's just so inspiring. But something that motivated me, and is now the main reason I'm doing content, was I might play the audio clip, I might not, but it was United Gamers, Pokemon Y, Randomizer Nuzlocke Live, episode 14, 9 days after I had first uploaded my first ever YouTube video. It was, and I'm looking at this. It says there's only one comment. And when I made this comment, I had 83 subscribers. I hadn't got right to there. But I'm so glad I timestamped the times. It's actually helped me, and I didn't realize. But he was in the gym, like in the Pokemon gym, and this is what happened. I don't know how many seconds is going to be played, but this is what happened.
What's up, Brandon Quags? Alright, welcome out to the stream, my dude. So, alright, what else do I have out here on the squad? I'm missing one mod. What else am I missing? The stream is insane. 100%. What's up, Blazing Torchic? Welcome out to the stream.
That moment in a live stream where there was like more than 100 people in there. That moment when he read out my comment, it was just a simple comment saying hi. The moment he read that out, I nearly screamed. And this was at like 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm surprised it didn't wake anyone up. I nearly screamed. Because the guy who'd originally responded to my comment all those years ago, he was a small YouTuber. Like, he didn't have the most amount of subscribers, but I did like his content. And I still appreciate him. He is one of the long-term reasons why I'm doing this. But that moment, he read out my comment, and he did it again. I don't know if this is the correct clip.
I gotta mention, what's up, Blaze Torchic? Hope you're having a fantastic night, my dude. Happy to have you out here.
He read out another comment, and that just sealed the deal. I was so happy. I was ecstatic. Because, like I said, the first person to respond to a comment, and this was after his video had been uploaded, like, he was just checking his, probably just checking his comments, saw someone, was like, oh, yeah, that's a nice bit of feedback. And that's why I always ask for feedback at the end of my videos as well. Because I do like to respond to feedback, see what I can improve. But that moment when someone who had like, he didn't have, I don't think he had 200,000 subscribers then, but he was so close to 200,000 subscribers. And to me, as a small YouTuber, starting off with about 4 or 5 subscribers at that time, having someone who is so much larger than I am, like in terms of viewership, he was doing this as a career, like this was his job, he was having a blast. I've been watching the stream for like 10 minutes beforehand. I was just like, oh, I might as well say hello. Like when I commented in live streams, I was used to not getting responded to. Like nobody had ever responded to a comment I left in the live stream because I didn't usually comment, and when I did, it was usually just like, "Oh, you missed this, you missed that." Just like, but overall, it's still great to be here. They didn't respond. But when he responded to a comment as simple as hi, it it was just so. It's difficult to explain. It just completely changed my view on making content. Like, it just flipped it completely on its head. Because before this, it had just been like, oh yeah, people make content and stuff to entertain people. And they don't really get too much out of it except money and stuff and a bit of enjoyment. But, and I may have overthought this a bit too much, but this is something that I do experience as well. When someone as large as that responds to someone as small as me, twice, may I add, twice, it sent me insane. Like, I was so ecstatic, I was over the moon. It's very difficult to describe how amazing I felt. Like, here's me starting out on YouTube, just not creating a lot of content, like, not put out a lot of content at this point, putting effort into my videos, not the most amount of effort. Back then, I went for quantity over quality, and to be honest, that was probably the best option for me because I couldn't produce the best quality on this boy. But when he responded, it just sent me insane. It flipped my whole idea. And the reason why I create content now, I want to blow up. I don't think there's a YouTuber on the planet who doesn't want to get big, to blow up. Like, and if you don't, then sure, that's fine. But there are 2 reasons I want to blow up. One reason I want to blow up is if I blow up, I want to then make other smaller content creators also blow up. Like, I just want to bring the whole community. My throat rolled a bit when I said that. I want to bring the whole community if I blow up. And I'm sure a lot of people do as well. But the main reason, the driving reason that I still create content is hopefully to one day be able to make someone feel the way I did when Dylan responded to a comment as simple as hi in the live stream. I want to make people. I want to have so much interaction with the people who watch my content. I want to interact with them. I want to involve them as much as I possibly can. It's not as easy to do when you're smaller because you don't have as many resources, especially me being young. Like, I am 15, just nearing on 16. I'm young. I don't do a job. I don't earn a lot of money. I get £5 pocket money a week at that. I can't really afford the thing. I do have Photoshop, and Photoshop has helped me so much. It's like allowed me to create layouts. I'm getting so much more used to using Photoshop, and that is something that the bigger people use. But I lost the thing I was saying. My train of thought has run off. Oh, come on. What was I saying? Oh no, it was something about Photoshop. Oh no. I've completely lost my train of thought. Oh. Holy crap, this is probably going to be an hour-long video. Oh no. I don't think I'll be able to make the text pop up on the screen. Uh-oh. But whatever point I was going on about Photoshop, like I have Photoshop. I have to use free editing software because I can't afford Premiere and HitFilm. It's okay, but I literally have to delete and reinstall. Oh no, I'm actually not going to be able to edit this. Oh, looks like the text is not popping up on the screen. Sorry about that if you got this far in the video. If you're still watching now, then thank you so much. I've just blabbered on and on and on. I'm not even sitting in my chair normally, but I don't have I don't have as many resources available to create content as I am now. As a young aspiring YouTuber who only has 111 subscribers. But the fact that someone has watched my content and gone, yeah, I want to keep watching this guy. It just motivates me so much. It just makes me so happy to create content, to be able to have the opportunity. Because oh, holy crap. That's massive. That's what she said. But to be able to have the opportunity to create content is I'm blessed to have the opportunity to create content. And the fact that I found Cargate as fast as I did, I'm gonna not battle anymore because it's probably distracted me. The fact that see me, Cargate, and Jonah, who I haven't made content with, but I am really good friends with, we literally met through Dylan. Like Dylan has pretty much been one of the driving forces behind me making content. Like he was the reason I started. He was the reason Cage Lock started, somewhat. But we just met, and we had a few jokes. We were just playing Showdown, and then all of a sudden, content came from that. It's just random things can make content, and I, I'm actually gonna say what I'm gonna say later because that's next question. But yeah, the fact that I'm able to create content at the quality that I am able to, of course, it's not the best quality. There's always improvements you can make. I've already said this, but the fact that people watch my content and have subscribed and like it, like it's Will, thank you so much for the support. You don't know how much it means to me. Martin Devib. I don't know if that's how you say it properly. I'm really sorry, but thank you so much. We met through a showdown battle. Like we met through showdown, and you've been so supportive. Like, and thank you so much for that. And I could go on and on about all the people, but I do see Martin Devib and It Will the most in the live streams, particularly. Just thank you guys so much. Thank all of. I'm thanking all of you. Is what I'm trying to say. Everyone, just thank you so much for watching my content. There probably won't be that many people who go the full hour, and I'm fine with that. I don't usually stay through hour-long videos, but the fact that I have the opportunity, the fact that I do, and the fact that people watch my content is just amazing. And the original reason I started was just to have fun, produce content. But 9 days after that, it just completely flipped on its head. And I'm making it so other people can enjoy. Not to say that I don't enjoy making content, I love making content. But the main driving force is so that you guys enjoy. And I'm sure that's driving force behind every YouTuber. I hope it is. Because if you're just doing it to make money, then sure, I guess that's fine. But from my view, YouTube is an entertainment platform. Of course, people are going to make money from it. Of course, that's a given. And I would love to make a career from it. But I hope I never lose sight of this. And the main reason I make content and want to continue making content is to entertain you guys. And hopefully one day I can respond to someone's message and make them feel as happy and as joyful as I did. That seems like the perfect place to end off a video. But still have one more question. Yes, we are still going and we have passed the hour mark. Oh my word. I did not think. I was like, oh yeah, quick 20-minute recording. But I can really talk. But yeah, the last and final thing I'm going to do is shout out well, I say smaller creator, but the ones I'm going to shout out are bigger than I am. Shout out creator and tag 3 others for the challenge. So one of the creators I'm actually going to shout out 2. The first one I'm going to shout out, I already did this at the start of the video, is SSB Lucario. Like, guys, go subscribe to him. Seriously, he deserves every amount of support he gets. I can tell he puts so much effort into his videos. He really loves making content. He does it to entertain. He does it when he feels down to like build himself back up if he's feeling down. I can tell he puts so much effort into his videos. So please go subscribe to him. All the links to all the channels I'm going to mention will be the top line in the description because I want you guys to go check them out and to go subscribe and go check out their content. The other creator, and is someone I'm tagging for the challenge, so every creator I mention from this point on is tagged for the challenge, which means they're going to make a video. I will have to notify Cargill that he does have to make a video of this, but that's the first person I'm going to shout out and tag. Well, not the first person I'm going to shout out, but I really get off topic. Cargill, I have so much respect for you. Like, you're going through college, and I'm sure there's many people like him who are doing this. You're going through college, you're going through a rough time right now, and I hope all the best to you. Like, seriously, every amount of support you get, you so very much deserve. You put so much effort into editing. Like, you have edited every single Cage Lock episode thus far. And the amount of respect I have for you for putting up with all of the stupid mistakes I have made. Because I have made a lot of them in Cage Lock. You put up with me when I was recording on my IMO. Like, you put up with me even after I completely messed up a cage match and had him on at level 100, and then we only realized, like, 2 cage matches after. You put up with me even after I lost the ROM. Like, and that's something that can really... That pretty much stops the series. I lost a ROM, and I put up a solution, and you were okay with it. Was I the one who put up the solution? I think we just worked to a solution together. You probably put it forward. But you still put up with me. After all of the stupid mistakes I've made. After all of the idiocies. After all of the technical issues. After all of the stress of editing. Because I know editing can be stressful. You have still put up with me. And you still strive, I hope, to provide the best possible content for your viewers. And I have so much respect for you. Like, straight up. I have so much respect for you. Like, a prime example of Kage's editing was the most recent Cage Lock episode. Like, I would never be able to dream right now. I would never be able to manage that. Like, making an intro moment like that. I've tried to duplicate your method and I just haven't. Because your editing style is unique. Like, it may seem plain to others and just normal, but to me, your editing style is unique. Your commentary style is unique. You really engage with the story. You read out the dialogue. You do voices. Like, I'm not as confident doing voices because I'm in a house with 10 people and not 10 people, 9 people and a dog. I don't feel as comfortable doing voices. When I move out of the house, I'll be a lot more comfortable putting a lot more energy. Not to say that I don't put a lot of energy in, but be louder because I know I can be quiet at times. I would like to be louder with my content. But you, Kage, I have so much respect for you. And I feel bad for the next two because I'm not going to be able to go in depth with them. But just go subscribe to Kage. He really deserves it. He's pushing for 300 subscribers. He needs to get there. He deserves to get there. And also, congratulations, SSB Lucario, on 200 subscribers. Push for that 300. But Kage really deserves to have more subscribers, have more viewers than he does. I know one of the reasons he started making content, and it's such a noble reason. It's not my place to say the reason, but it is such a noble reason why I started making content. And it's a reason I didn't have, but I have a solid reason now. I didn't really have much until the 10th of November 2018, that fateful day. But he deserves to be much higher up than he is. He puts so much effort in to his content. He does so much. And yeah, thanks for putting up with me, Kage. And here's to more cage locks in the future, and potentially different content in the future. Also, Cage Lock episode will be hopefully dropping on Saturday. We have had quite a few issues with rendering and sending videos, but hopefully everything goes smoothly now. With the next two, I'm going to shout. This is technically a shout out, but the next two I'm going to tag for the challenge is X Legend and Dueling Dude. Now, I met these two people through SSP Lucario streams, and they seem like nice guys. I haven't really checked out the content. I haven't had much time to check out the content, but go over, check out the content, and go subscribe. Like, we're all just a small community. Like, you got the big YouTube community, the medium sized, and then you got us just starting out, maybe 2 years into it, pretty much the bottom. And hashtag small YouTubers and stuff, those kind of hashtags on Twitter, I see that a lot. It's what the small community needs. We need to have a sense of togetherness that sometimes small YouTubers feel like they won't have. Because when I started out, I was just like, okay, it's going to be like 5 years until I can make collaborative content. And then literally less than half a year later, I was already making collaborative content. Because it's not difficult to find small YouTubers, it just requires a bit of effort. Like, you've got to go out there and find people. But I have so much respect for all the YouTubers, small or big. No matter what you're doing, hopefully it's good. No, if you're doing good stuff, not not say I don't respect people who do good stuff and have done some bad things that aren't too bad. Oh, I have really no, scrap that. For all the people who are making content and are good people, genuine good people, I have so much respect for. Like, the core four and all the people surrounding them, I have so much respect for. But I do have a lot more respect for the smaller YouTubers who put so much effort in. And I have at times felt like, oh, that hasn't got as many views as I had hoped it had got. Like, and that will happen. And if it doesn't happen, then you're one of the lucky ones. But it has happened where videos have not got as much as I would have liked them to have. Like, the streams I know are going to have a lot less viewership. I did do an Escapist series, which 9 views over 2 episodes. I felt like not to say I wasn't really happy that people were watching it, but it's just like, oh wow, Like, I put a lot of it. It was kind of consistent with the amount of views I was getting at the time, but there will be times where you feel demotivated. Like, trust me, I have had some of them. Like the Ultra Sun series, it was fun, but it just didn't feel like it was the thing for me. Going through a game normally, but when a video blows up, it's so nice. Like Crash Lands, I wasn't happy. I wasn't too pleased with the support of Crash Lands. Not to say that I'm too pleased isn't the right thing for that. I felt like Crash Lands would have got a better reception than that. Like, I'm looking at the first two videos. I think that's episode 1. I'm not sure. No, that's episode 2. The first few Crashland episodes, I felt like they would have got a lot more views. I was a bit disappointed when, like, 2 of them only got 3 views. But then, it just, like, my most viewed video of all time. Let me just get that up. Cage Lock. Then, episode 1 of the Fire Red. And then the Nuzlocke Championship games, which unfortunately has not started yet, and due to circumstances out of my control, it may continue to not happen. But when a video blows up, it's just something else. Like if you're a person who is considering starting YouTube, I'm a small content creator. I can understand the struggles of starting because it's still fresh in my mind. Like, yes, it was 2 years ago, but I can still understand the struggles of starting. If you have a proper drive, if you want to make content, go for it. Because there will be people who will help and support you. Like, very recently, in fact, I was talking to a guy who was like, yeah, I've been streaming, but I started wanting to, like, go onto YouTube for Pokemon content. And I had a bit of a chat with them. And it's things like that. There's, like, Discord. You can join them, and there will be communities which are so willing to support. Because if you want someone to fail, I don't feel like it's right to want someone to fail. I think it's okay to want to do better than someone else, but to want someone to outright fail, if they are a genuine person, that's not good. I want every genuine person who wants to do YouTube for genuine reasons. Like, even if it's not the best genuine reason, I'm saying genuine a lot. Even if it's not the best reason, but they still want to make content on YouTube, I feel like you should go for it. I mean, nobody's telling you have to do this for like 10 years like United Gamer. Nobody's saying you have to do it for that long. You can try it out, and if it doesn't work for you, then you can stop. Like, if you don't enjoy it, if you're demotivated, you have every right to stop if you don't enjoy doing it. But if you really want to, then at least try. Because there are communities out there who are willing to support you. There will be people who are willing to support, like me. I'm willing to support anyone who wants to make content, and I will try and help them to the best of my ability. I don't want to be too overwhelmed by having like 50 people or so, but I did a thing a while back where I made a free layout, and that is something I want to do again. Because to the smaller content creators who may not have as many financial resources available to hire someone to make high quality layouts and stuff, I want to provide good quality support to people. Not the greatest quality, obviously, because I'm incapable of providing I want to provide the best I can give for free. And I do want to do another thing where I make layouts for YouTubers, like Pokemon YouTubers. Like, yeah, I'm specifically limiting myself to Pokemon because I don't really know how to branch off from Pokemon. Like, I will obviously try and do other stuff apart from Pokemon, but the people I want to help are the small Pokemon because that is the community I relate to the most. And I want to do it again. Like, if you want me to create a layout for you, I am 100% fine. Every single layout except the Platinum Chain Lock and a few Cage Lock ones, I have made myself. And I'm really happy with the Soul Silver one. That's the best one yet. But I also want to set that as the baseline. Baseline for better things. But yeah, I've blabbered on far too much. I'm pretty sure Lucario's video was only like 20 minutes. I've gone on for an hour and 15. May even make it to 20. But I just want to motivate people. I want to support people. I want people to have resources available to them that they may not have had. It, that I did not have when I was starting up. Yes, I didn't actively search out for them. But I want to say that I will support you. I will try my best to support you in starting up YouTube. Like, I can provide free layouts for you. I can help you with basic editing. I can help you with commentary. I can even collaborate with you. But I just want to say, if you're considering it and really want to, take that leap. And right before I close off, I'm just going to shout out all the people again. SSB Lucario, please go to subscribe to him. Fully deserving of it. Cargate, so much respect for you, dude. Like, straight up. Thanks for putting up with me. You put so much effort in, and it's really realised. Go subscribe to him. All links are in the description. Go check out X Legend and Dueling Dude as well. Any feedback on this video is greatly appreciated. And if you guys want to see more content from me, Sleeplock 21st of February, don't forget. Then be sure to hit the subscribe button down below. Sorry that I'm not able to edit this. I went on for far too long. But yeah, I will see you. Subscribe and hit the notification bell to be notified every time I upload. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.